What up, lovers? Welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here, we celebrate sacred divine love. We don't make any excuses or justifications for none of that twin flame karmic bullshit. And she's naive. we get straight to it in a way that, basically gives reverence and praise to the Most High and to your ancestors, because those are the ones who are walking you into a journey of self-love. And only once you have that love for yourself, that should be the foundation that you stand on, and you get there through authenticity, which is a higher vibration than love. Everybody want to preach love, but you fall in love with yourself first. That's the descent, falling in love with yourself. You go through something in that shadow period and you rise because of your authenticity. You rise through that, and then that's the only way that you get on a level ground, rooted, firmly planted in love, where you can even meet somebody, in a soulmate capacity. So yeah, it gets deep. It's way more than that false matrix death, portal that they keep going on with all that running, chasing dynamic, because that ain't gonna do nothing but keep you stuck in a karmic loop. And we about ascension, which is an upward spiral, not that stagnancy, and definitely we not spiraling downward. But you may notice other people doing it, because what's crowning the reading today is that service card again. We got this before when I was talking about people who, when you are wanting to hold them accountable for something, all of a sudden it's, oh, I can't, I'm so weak, oh no, I can't do it right now, my something, whoever, when you calling out of work because you just don't want to do the work, oh, my so-and-so died, you know what I'm saying, you done killed your grandma 3 times just to not have to go to work. Like, it's that type of energy. And with service here, I'm getting something that was concocted is equaling a service, like a service that has to be held for another person, i.e. like a funeral, or even concocted service like a church service where the sermon is supposed to hit one specific person who is about one specific person. It's like people who still want to save face and they want to play that kind of weak card there. I'm getting like groups of people, like I was seeing like CMB from New Jack City, because that Nino energy has been around too. Like somebody they'll pick up a child and shield themselves with a child before they be held accountable for the shit that they do. And then I'm also seeing that old man at the end, like saying your soul is required in hell. It ain't gonna be no sequel. Ain't gonna be no sequel. Your soul is required in hell. Like, this shit must stop. Type of energy. And the service is something about somebody having to stop, people having to rush to someone's bedside, that type of energy. And it's crowning the reading. So it's like some type of concocted service or ceremony, because it could be like, people who know that they never really were family to you, all of a sudden calling a family reunion because they want to like corner you and shit, and get everybody to kind of, do whatever they gonna do to you in that place, like basically kind of like being drawn in somewhere. So just watch invites and stuff at this time, like it's giving like a group of people, or it don't have to be no real big group. It can be 2 or more people. Conspiracy charges may be filed on somebody, which is really deep at this time, that New Jack energy. But with that New Jack energy, I know it was set up in like the New York area. So I'm also getting like Jersey. So it's like the New York and Jersey area may be significant for someone. Jersey Shore, people of Italian descent. I'm seeing like, the situation and Snooki and all of them. Like somebody maybe wear like a bump in their hair or big hair, kind of like Amy Winehouse used to wear. Virgo energy could be relevant. These are all things that are just coming through, being channeled right now. So if any of this is applying to you, or if any of these things are recently going on in your life, then you know that the rest of this reading is about you. But it's like people concocting situations where they want you to come there, or creating events and stuff where they want you to come so that they can like take on your energy, or present something in front of you to change how you think about them. Like if you've already kind of made up your mind on certain people, or on a person that you've been in a twin flame connection or something with, this could be them. They may, let's say somebody in a family pass away, and they invite you to the funeral or some shit, and it's like, such and such passed, and it got me to thinking, and now I want to talk to you, trying to sneak their little way in. And that's what I mean by it's like some type of concocted service. And not saying that they are the ones who killed the person, but in a real way, a lot of times when people work in lower nature, and they try to come at somebody who has like an anointing over them. Like if you've done your spiritual work, that is your anointing. You cover yourself in an energy of self-love, and love covers a multitude. So that's your aura. And if somebody is trying to come at you with like some, lower vibrational shit, or trying to invite you into a scenario, or into some type of concocted event, some type of planned event, it could be a fucking class reunion, people you don't fuck with, you don't talk to no more, done talked all type of shit about you, maybe while you were going through, and now that they see you doing better, it's like, oh yeah, now we gonna have a class reunion, you should come. It's like, I'm good, because I don't want to be cornered in. Don't go nowhere where you can't get out. Like, make sure anywhere you go, nowhere is to exit at. Find at least 2 exits. Make sure the windows work. If you go in any new place or whatever, make sure the windows lit up. Don't go in nowhere with no burglar bar doors. Don't go in nobody's house that only got 1 exit. Like, that type of shit. Like, you really have to be, like, on your P's and Q's these days, because people are in a state of desperation, knowing that the karma of the things that they've done is meeting back up with them. So as I was saying, like, somebody invite you somewhere, well, I had been thinking, and I think it's time we squash that, or I think it's time we give this another try. And the whole shebang, the whole scenario, somebody really could have gone through something and they passed away, or, somebody really could, be wanting to, especially with the holidays coming up, you really could be having like real invites and shit, but you have to have the discernment. Are these people that I really fuck with? Do I need to be around these folks at this time? Like, just pay attention to things that do make sense and don't make sense for you, because people want to kick it. That third eye chakra position is the 3 of baskets. It's like people who really ain't even aligned with your energy. They want to kick it with you now. Like those who were not there when you were in a time of need, but they want to concoct some situation to make it seem like y'all been chilling the whole time, or like y'all cool the whole time, or like all of a sudden they've been, I've been saved, or, I was baptized, or, I found God, or some shit. Or I've been through, trauma, or I've been through some pain, and that's changed me, and I want to come back a new person. Yeah, come kick it with me. Now they trying to create something. They trying to visualize a new life with your energy in their life, because they're not satisfied with the lives that they've manifested for themselves. And you have to be the one to know, are these people equally yoked with me? Is this energy that I want to be around? Do I want to entertain this relationship again? Do I want to go back down this same dark motherfucking musky alleyway with this person who had me running after them, playing that runner chaser dynamic? I can't tell you what to do, but y'all already know how I feel about shit like that. Watch the second video posted to this channel, a soulmate versus a twin flame. In the throat chakra position, we have the moon, and you see this beautiful blue? That's the blue of the throat chakra. Just some people, they don't want to come out and really address the things that they've done, so they try to communicate everything else around it. They want to dance around the bush. Beating around the bush, dancing around the bush. They want to dance around the issue. It's a whole elephant in the room. Don't nobody want to acknowledge it type shit with the moon card in the throat position. And you have to be the one to decide, like, if you do show up to it, show up ready to have that discussion. Show up pressing these people, making them say something, because you're going to find out just how much they save face. And because they got other folks around them in this concocted event, this, staged service or whatever it is, or this little party or reunion that they're trying to create, you're going to see, they true colors. They're going to show you their true self. Because if you bring something up, let's say an argument gets started, your ex out the blue invite you somewhere and get to acting like funny, or get to, start drinking or something, let's say, because the moon could be associated with like our vices and stuff. They start drinking at this function. They start drinking at the fish fry. They start drinking at the cookout. They start drinking at the family reunion, the class reunion, at the funeral, whatever the case may be. And now they playing in your face. They got some little Tatiana, giving her attention more than they giving you, knowing that they done went out of their way, crying on the phone. My so-and-so died, so, I need somebody. Oh, we miss you. You should come in. And then you get there and they fronting on you right there again. Don't let yourself be sunken into that place, because they trying to get you into an emotional state where you begin to act up, cut up, use your throat chakra to be fussing and making a fool of yourself, and crying and fussing and creating drama so that they can post it online. With that throat chakra is communication. That could be online, social media communication as well, or just you doing something that'll embarrass you, so now them and their friends don't watch you get embarrassed after they done suckered you into this little party, reunion, funeral, whoever the fuck, And now they got something else to talk about. Now they got more news to pass around with each other, and you just walked right into it. Like that karmic twin flame bullshit ass love will have you doing that. But you in that situation because you ain't have enough love for yourself to know that these are not your girlfriends. Because that was a sorry ass group of friends. Joan won shit, Maya won shit, Tony won shit, Lynn won shit. Just a bunch of ain't shit women living in a nice setting, dressing cute, having drinks and shit. But all of them won shit. The most level-headed person in the whole show was William. And he couldn't find a good woman to save his motherfucking life. Yvette was cool. She was just, a little crazy. Sometimes you got to go left on somebody. But anyway, in the heart position, we have the Father of Baskets. And it's like you really have to like stand on business and not be so emotional all the time. Not be so needy all the time that you be so desperate for a connection. You so desperate for love that you just walk into any old scenario not having checked the scene first. I'm hearing shine in my mind. Shake the feds. Like, you got to shake the feds. Like, you got to get them people out your business. Because that's all they want. Is you to show up to a place where you giving them consent to be in your energy. And they just want to run amok in your energy. They want to have a good time. But they want to have a good time without you. You're going to be over here like reeling, spiraling in an emotional state with the moon energy. And they over here cutting up having a grand old time at your expense. Don't fuck around and let somebody invite you into a situation where you got to be the one footing the bill. That's even worse. Now you done paid for their ticket somewhere. Hey, you heard about such and such. They having this kickback, this fish fry or whatever. You should come because that's very much so service. Somebody wants to create a situation where you are in service to them, where you are in submission and in service to them, where you doing for them. Where either that can be as minor as building them up. They done went out and played and smiled, show all 32 in these hoes' face. And now when somebody pass in their family, they want to come to you because they know where the real love is at. They know that you really have a giving and loving heart. But the problem is you give more to other people than you give to yourself. That Father of Baskets going to make sure his own needs are taken care of first because you can't pour from an empty cup. And Baskets is like, the bigger version. I always say, when you prefer a basket of something over a cup of something, I would. A shot of liquor is okay, but let me get that case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just, you have to think in a more abundant way, like really, and even more so than thinking in an abundant way in terms of thinking for yourself, you got to like really check the whole scenery. Like, look at the landscape, the emotional landscape, look at things that, on surface level, you may not see it, but you got to be deeper than surface level. The Father of Baskets, that's water energy. You got to be deep up in there. In the moon, deep emotions, deep spirituality. You have to see things in that way in these days because that's just what it is. People will have a grand time at your expense if you just free willy-nilly with your energy like that. If you just allow people to just, have a tie or a siphon poked into your heart. They drink all your blood. Just like vampires, they'll siphon every ounce of love and energy out of you if you don't have a solid base that you stand on, rooted in self-love. We have the Two of Coins in the solar plexus position. Your intuition is kind of like when you get these invites or when people like reach out to you, or they try, bring you in on something, you'll have like these intuitive nudges that kind of say, I'm not really feeling that. Or it'll be something you may have, you may be just too busy to attend, or your funds may be tied up. You ain't got no extra money to spend on no reunion ticket, or, you just don't want to. You don't want to go on no cruise with these motherfuckers because you got this, that, and the other to do. Maybe you start a new job somewhere. So it's something like your own responsibilities and things that you're handling could be your saving grace at this time, because the soul is associated with like, the solar plexus is like associated with like a Saturn energy, which was anciently known as the superior sun. It was more powerful and it was more directly connected to the behaviors and the, I guess you would call rituals, but the behaviors and the patterns of people, even more so than the bright sun, which is a star. The Saturn being this, it was a closer celestial body. And it had more to do with, our day-to-day work ethic and how we put things together, our own discipline. We have a lot of like undisciplined people. And if you don't have love for yourself, you're in an undisciplined place. So right now, the things that you're doing that may make you feel more restricted, maybe you don't feel like you have as much time to chill and to kick it, it's actually your saving grace. That's what I mean by the superior sun. You know, the star sun, you know, makes everything bright. It makes everything grow. You know, I'm thinking of the baby off the Teletubbies. Everything's so cute, so pretty. You know, the sound of spring, dun, 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 butterflies and all of this shit. But Saturn gonna be the one who keep everything together. Like I see Andre 3000 is like the sun. Big Boy is more of a Saturn energy. Like, yeah, everybody sees Big Boy. You know, he plays a little flute, like, you know, bird song and all of that shit. And he's very flamboyant and creative and all of that. But Big Boy really was the one holding that shit down. Because Andre will just float off somewhere. He the type of motherfucker to go find him a little hut out in the woods and you never hear from him again because he out there chilling with the fairies. But Big Boy, like, gonna stand on business and make sure we book these shows and make it to these shows. And he gonna hold this shit together. Like, that type of energy. Things that maybe just kind of... just on your agenda, plans that you had before somebody come asking you to come be involved in their bullshit. These things are actually your saving grace right now. So with that Father of Baskets energy, anytime you have a father or a king in, like, you know, tarot, it's like there's more responsibility there. And take it as just that, like, that is your actual protection. The spirits are protecting you by keeping you busy at this time, or keeping, maybe you got other responsibilities, you got other things you're trying to juggle. So you ain't got time to be breaking away from your routine to go run and take care of somebody else just because they call on you out of convenience in their time of need, because they damn sure wasn't there in your time of need. Like, ignore all those karmic twins, because really, if you pay attention, like when it's that whole runner and chaser dynamic, whenever they come with their chase, whenever it's their time to chase you, they really ain't even chasing you. They chasing the energy that you can provide for them, because as soon as you break and give in and they got your energy, they're going to run off with it again. And we've explained this on this channel before. So just watch out for shit like that and just handle your business. Don't, if you know you got a shift to go through, since we just talked about like calling out and shit, like, don't call out from work for no motherfucking karmic, for no twin flame, because you want to lay up with them. Let's say you do backpedal a little bit and y'all have, you know, a quick little one night stand or whatever. Don't lose your job because you so, you know, caught up in the rapture of lust and you don't want to get out of bed. You miss your shift. Now they ain't putting you on the schedule no more. And 2 weeks later, this person don't really give a damn about you no more. You got to make decisions that work out the best for you. You can't keep putting that like Hallmark card romantic shit on top of things that you really need to get done. Because lo and behold, the things that you really get done, that's the sacral energy in this reading. Like when you out there handling your business, let's say the day you call out of work, the person who would have been your motherfucking Boaz show up and you never see him. Y'all miss each other because you were out of place. You had been distracted by this karmic. The person who's meant for you, they out there taking care of business too. You know what I'm saying? That soulmate energy is out there. And I've said, like, divine timing is a vibration more so than it is actual time. Because just like that example I gave, you backpedal, you know, somebody invites you out to this little fish fry, you know, so and so, they favorite aunt. You remember my uncle, da da da? Yeah, I remember Uncle Duncan, da da. Yeah, he passed. Oh, that's feel bad. Man, I've been missing you, you know, life's so short and I want you to come with me. They having a fish fry and I want you, you know, just be with me. And, you know, it's a family event. So now you feeling special and shit. You say, oh, he want me to be with him in front of his family. You show up to the family event. He done invited 2 other bitches to be there too for support. Now you in your feelings. Now you trying to compete with them. So you feel like you need to go all out the way. Now you feel like you need to be all over him, and you need to let him know, you know, I'm the one he called because he needed me. He done called them too, quiet as kept. And then spit that same bullshit at them. Oh, I feel bad. I need somebody to be there for me. He done spit that same game at them. But you think you feeling special. So now, to go even further to a certain point, you stand, you know, I'm sit on his lap and stuff in front of these other bitches, or, you know, I'm gonna go home with him, I'm gonna give him some sympathy coochie, and, you know, it's so good because, you know, the devil come with that new, got that thing I ain't gonna. So you so caught up in this rapture of lust that, you know, you don't want to go to work in the morning. You don't go to work. Boaz come through that motherfucker. You ain't at the job. You done missed it. Now you won't get that same opportunity for another 6 years. And this person done ran off with one of the other 2 girls that was at the fish fry by week 2 of y'all being in reconciliation. For 2 weeks of pleasure, you got to wait 6 more years until the opportunity presents itself again for you to meet a Boaz. Tragic. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. Because time waits for no man. You know what I'm saying? Divine timing is totally different. It can be, things can change in the blink of an eye. An hour is not an hour to God. A day is not a day to God. But them human hours, them human days, them human weeks, months, years are human weeks, months, and years. Because it takes 6 years to find that Boaz again, because after 2 weeks, they done got you right back in that runner chaser schedule. Now he messing with another girl, you running after him, but you telling me this and that. Now you in your feelings. Now you emotional and shit. And now his family members got something to talk about because they remembered that exact night that he called you with the po mouth, talking about how much support he needed. They remember that exact night. So now you got to deal with them talking to you crazy, you feeling bad about yourself, you mad. It ain't even got to be like a Boaz show up at your job. You just missed something crazy, like, goddamn, you don't show up somewhere and the place you didn't show up with because you was dealing with this old karmic twin flame. Damn, you should have been here. Where you was at? Man, T-Pain came through here and gave everybody front row seat tickets. Like, it'd be some stupid shit. And you be so mad because you wasn't there dealing with this person. You out there servicing them. You submitting to this person that don't have your best interest at heart. The whole thing was concocted from the beginning. And it don't have to be no sinister. I'm going to get them to come here and I'm going to destroy their life. Some people just be so blind to their arrogance and their own ego. And they just always need somebody running behind them, kissing their ass. It's not like they meant to make you miss Boaz. They didn't mean to make you miss front row tickets. They didn't know it was going to happen either. But that's the consequences of you not loving yourself enough. You just want to be around somebody to kick it. You just want to get exterior validation. But do you really know these people that you're hanging around? Like, do these people have your best interest in heart? These are the things you have to start caring about first. You got to care for yourself first. Can't care for nobody else. What's rooting the reading? Root chakra. 4 of baskets. Do you like how it fit? Within the way this person talked to you, do you like it? No? Stop talking to them. I mean, I guess the more lenient way, because I'm so full of self-love, like, it ain't gonna be none of that. And I'm not trying to change you, because I never want to make you change. If you talk crazy in front of women, you one of the ones who talk about, oh, fucking that bitch and that hoe. Like, if you do barbershop talk in front of women and you don't have no respect, like, just for ladies, I don't like it. And I curse. But it'd be like, them people who just be downright, yeah, me fucking that bitch and I got that butt and I put all this dick in it. You know what I'm saying? Just all the time talk like that. You can't get nowhere with me. We can't be in no relationship. Somebody either got like a potty mouth, a foul mouth, or they don't mind lying. Somebody who, like, they kind of known amongst their friends for being the one who stand folks up. The type of person who they'll say, yeah, I'm about to pull up. I'm coming up the street right now. 15 minutes later, they still ain't there. Yeah, I'm on your street. You call them. I'm on your street. I'm turning right now. I just had some traffic. An hour later, they still ain't there. I'm thinking about, how selfish Play was in House Party, Kid and Play? How he pulled up late, Bilal sitting out there. If you gonna do that to your DJ, you know how pivotal a DJ is to a party? If you would do that to a DJ, this is the type of people that folks be out here in twin flame karmic connections with. And you wonder why you can't find sacred soulmate love. Now, how does it fit? Do you like the way this person talk to you? Do you like the way that they always showing up late? You like that shit? Oh, because I don't. Don't tell me you're going to pull up at my house at 6 o'clock, 6:15 rolling around and you ain't in that front yard. I'm not going. Wherever we were going, I don't give a damn how. Yo, I'm going to come get you. I'm at 6 o'clock. We going to the YB concert. I love YB. I'm not going. Point blank period. I'm not going. You're not finna condition me to accept disappointment like that. And that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Like somebody who wants to condition you to be submissive and of service to them. But it's not like, you be my submissive, I'm your dominant. Because, a real dominant, like, they really care for and provide for, and they pamper their submissive. Like, that's a little bit of that BDSM coming through. So maybe you like that type of shit. But I'm getting, like, this ain't somebody who properly does it. It's like a sadistic, I need all the attention on me. I need people to, I need females to be fucked up about me, or they really don't deserve my attention. Like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And I feel like somebody may know that you are someone who has higher standards. So that's why I feel like the whole service thing is like concocted. It's like they may see you on your spiritual journey. Maybe they see, are into astrology, or, you have evil eye, necklaces and chains and posters and shit or whatever. Or, what I'm saying? Just that whole spiritual aesthetic. Or they know that you read cards, or they just understand that you have a really close relationship with God, whatever it may be. Then they have to turn to doing like, little discreet shit, like playing with your top, like concocting events and parties. And they don't necessarily, like I said, they're not going to go kill their uncle just to invite you to a fish fry, but they will use it. And that's what I mean. Like, they will use whatever opportunity, no matter how low down it is, to draw you in. Like, you and your aunt was tight, but you knew that motherfucker was on the wrong path. You knew his days were coming to an end soon. So you're not that fucked up about it. Like, let's be so for real. It ain't like, somebody who was in perfect health and who was like an angel, you know what I'm saying? And who did good by the community, and they got into some type of freak accident and the whole family is crushed. It's not that. Like, your uncle wasn't shit. He ran the streets. You live by the gun, die by the gun. You knew that motherfucker day was coming. Like, you not that crushed. Cut it out. And like, y'all only hung together at family functions. It wasn't like he was an everyday part of your life. But it'll be something like that, like a distant family member they want you to be fucked up about, or they gonna call you acting like they so fucked up about like a distant family member passing or some shit like that, or people you ain't seen in forever, just popping up acting, yeah, you gotta come and da-da-da-da-da. And you get there and you run into like this old person that you used to deal with, like say it's like a class reunion or like some kickback or whatever. You get there and you run into somebody that you ain't dealt with in a long time. You don't need to be dealing with. You don't need to be hanging around these folks. You normally don't hang around these people. Maybe you was just bored, or you've been so busy lately, taking care of business, that you was just desperate to get out and, free yourself. And you could have just went to the lake or something. You could have did a solo trip or something like that. But instead you chose to allow your energy to be hoarded out around people who don't have your best interest in mind. Like hidden motives, or people who just like to be around folks that they can talk about. They like to create love and hip hop scenes with their real life, like those type of people. And you don't even like, you know what I'm saying? You don't like the subject matter. You know that these people just like drama, but you still around them. Like, you don't like the fit of the dress, take it off. If the shoe don't fit, take it off. But it's like trying to force yourself into a connection because you just desire and crave a break away from the responsibilities of your life, or because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just want so badly to create something or to paint a picture, to make something work. You go to this event, you see this person that it didn't work out with. You want so desperately for it to work because your ego is kind of like craving, like, I know he ain't been with nobody better than me, or every girl he been with after me is a downgrade. That's a trap. Your ego will get you in a motherfucking trap. Ego and envy be the thing that trap people up the most. And that's the kind of energy that's coming through right now, because you don't like that person like that no more. You've matured past that person. So why is your ego still craving their approval, their attention? Like, let it go. You have to be able to let that shit go. And that just is what it is. So don't get suckered into it. Focus on your self-love. Take care of your business, so you could be in the right place at the right time for your Boaz, or for your Ruth, or, take it however it applies. What's the female equivalent? Like, your Boaz or your Ruth. That just is what it is. You don't need no sugar mama, divine masculine. Feminine, you don't need, no controlling man. The man is going to play games with you. Your Ruth or your Boaz. Just keep handling your business so that you can be on time, on divine timing, for your real blessing, for your real sacred soulmate union. And those who are already in connections, y'all can vouch for it. Y'all know how that shit go. See y'all on the next one.